Hello and thanks for watching Gary Teaches Maths. I'm continuing to go through the Edexcel higher tier paper from 2018, and this is the June paper 2 one. And we've got on question 20, which is a question about finding a mistake in some working to do with surds. So what we're told to do is rationalize this denominator, and this is the method that this guy Martin has put into operation, and he's made a mistake somewhere, so we've got to try and find where that mistake is. So what I'm going to do is just basically go through the same calculation and see where we differ. So we've got the 14 over 2 plus root 3, and the correct method would be to times top and bottom by the same thing that is in the denominator here, but with the sign changed over to a minus. So we would indeed do 2 minus root 3 on the bottom, and we'd have to times the top by the same line just so that the fraction has the same overall value. So this is a standard way of dealing with rationalizing denominators, where we multiply by the same thing on the denominator, but with the sign changed. If it was a plus there, it goes to a minus. If it was a minus, it would go to a plus. So we multiply this out. You can see that 14 times 2 gives us 28. 14 times negative root 3 will actually give us minus 14 root 3. So that's okay. That's what he's got there. And also we can tick the top line there because he did do the correct thing. I'm going to look at the bottom line. So we've got is a set of double brackets that we need to multiply out. So we're going to do 2 times 2 first of all. 2 times 2 will give us the 4. That's correct. Then we're going to go 2 times negative root 3. So 2 times negative root 3 will give us minus 2 root 3. And then we've got root 3 times 2. So that will give us plus, because both these two numbers are positive, so plus 2 root 3. Finally, we've got root 3 times negative root 3. So what that's going to give us is a negative overall, a plus times a minus, and it's going to be root 3 times itself, so squared. So we're going to tidy that up. We're going to keep the top line as the same. 28 minus 14 root 3. And it's going to be over 4. Now we can see that the minus root 2 there and the plus root 2 are going to cancel each other out. But we can see that we've got minus. Now root 3 squared is actually going to give us 3. So we'd end up with 4 take away 3 on the bottom. So we'd end up with 28 minus 14 root 3 all over 1, which if we're dividing by the 1 will actually just disappear. So that would give us 28 minus 14 root 3. So we can see we've got a different answer to what Martin got. So somewhere along those lines, he has made a mistake. And we can see that when he multiplied the root 3 there by the negative root 3, he actually got positive 3. Whereas we got negative root 3 squared, which is the same. Negative root 3 squared is actually negative 3 when I square the square root there. So that's Martin's mistake. He multiplied positive by a negative and actually got a positive when he should have got a negative answer. So that's what we need to do. We need to say when he multiplied out the brackets, in the denominator, and then that was this at this stage, he got that root 3 times by negative root 3 was positive 3. And we could say, but it should be negative 3. So it was a problem with signs, and that would be enough. We might want to just add a little bit just to indicate where the error was as well, just to make it absolutely clear. So we could say error here. And I think we've left the examiner in no doubt whatsoever that we've identified where the error is. So this question's then got a second part, which I'm going to move on to. So here we are. So it says that Sean did this question. So rationalise the denominator of 5 over root 12. So here's how she answered this question, and she's also made a mistake. So let's have a look at this one. So 5 over root 12. The standard method here, because we've only got a single thing in the denominator, would be to multiply top and bottom of the fraction by the root 12. And the reason for that is because root 12 times itself is actually going to give us 12. So she's used the right method there. She's got the correct thing on the bottom line. Now let's have a look at the top line. Now that looks a little bit strange, but let's have a look at root 12 here. So we could say root 12 could actually be written as root 4 times by root 3. And since root 4, or 4 is a square number, we can actually take the square root off that. We can say that becomes 2 root 3. So that we can see is where she's made her error, because root 12 is 2 root 3, but she has made it 3 root 2, so she's got the numbers mixed up. So that's her mistake, actually. So we don't really need to go any further in this question, but I'll just do this for demonstration purposes. So we could say 5 times root 12 is the same as 5 times 2 root 3, and we can see she got 3 root 2. So I'm going to tidy that up on the top line, and 5 times 2 is 10, 10 root 3 over 12. And I could simplify that, and that would be just a case of dividing top and bottom of this fraction by 2. So 10 divided by 2 will give us 5 and root 3. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. So that's what the answer should have been. But her mistake was expressing root 12 as 3 root 2. So we need to communicate with the examiner that that was the case. So I could say, if I number this 1, 2, 3. I'll say on line 2, she says root 12 equals 3 root 2, but it should be 2 root 3. And again, we've left the examiner in absolutely no doubt that we can identify where she's made the error. And that's it. So I hope that's been helpful to you. If it has, please like our video and also subscribe to our channel, which is Gary Teaches Maths. And for more help and more videos and all things maths, you could look at our website, which is appearing at the top of the page just now, which is bestmathstutors.co.uk. Thanks for watching.